when you're traveling through dimensions and you touch the mind of a god,
Yeah.
which is stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have much to do with being the king of magnets. But...
Yeah, no, nothing at all. But if you want to go to the Shadow Realm, there's several ways to do that. It's a horrible, horrible, bad place full of kiss monsters.
Yeah, nukes.
And actually, a real, actual nuke. Yeah, don't.
I didn't
have the
realize how
power
dangerous. I just thought it was like a really long, dark corridor. I didn't realize.
No, like I
Alright,
said,
no.
lots of weird, bad garbage.
Yeah, it's not actually shadow, it's just nuclear fallout.
Oh shit! All right,
There's
Justin's here.
shadows, yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Not much.
Well, we're ready to go. And, let's start off with a recapitulation. Who remembers something that happened last time? Well, let's have another character introduction. Let's do it one at a time. Ravolt, what in the world are you? And what's your business here, sir?
I'm a flame-sworn paladin of Rickard. I'm here to right. I was put on this earth to right wrongs and seek justice.
Oh.
I'm here in this town of insert name. That's the one thing I don't remember. I'm here in this town because apparently they have an undead problem, and I guess a bandit problem or a thief cult. I don't know, the thief guild problem. There's a lot of problems in this town. That's why I'm here. Because I'm a detective, a super sleuth. And me and my detective agency are going to get to the bottom of these horrible bad problems.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Detective agents.
You wrote a bond or two last time.
I did. I think I wrote one. I wrote one, yeah. So, involves Smirking Elman, who I met on a previous adventure involving a circus.
Mm-hmm.
He saved the day. He's a big hero, but he's wanted for crimes in this town, and that sucks. So, I know Elman is a hero, but unfortunately, he's also a criminal. I am honor bound to bring him in.
Can one man not be both?
You are both, but one does not eliminate the other, unfortunately.
Hmm. And do you have a bond to write with another character based on what happened last time?
I do. We're with Mog.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know much about Mog. But he seems, how do I word it? He seems, driven and willing. He would, make a fantastic detective.
You do have an 8 intelligence, just...
Hey, whatever.
We all do.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be, you know, everybody works at it. One of my detectives is Tiny Chocolate Fun, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And and what's your adventure goal, Ravolt?
My adventure goal is to bring the Skinner to justice, if he is in fact a ne'er-do-well.
Sounds like a nice guy, though.
Sounds like he might be a nice guy.
What do we know about the Skinner that would make us think he might be a nice guy?
Okay, Mog. So, tell us a little bit about Mog, then.
All right. So we ended up here. So Mog just recently came in. He's trying to become a sellsword. He comes from a tribe of barbarian, desert cavern dwelling dwarves, and he's coming to try to make his way in life as a sellsword. Right. I believe I have a bond with Ravolt, which is that he seems like a guy who's made a living as a sellsword, and I think that if I can impress upon him, he can show me the ropes. I think my adventure goal is to just basically establish my name and like be able to make a life for myself. I do have a proposal for a bond with Smirking Elman, which is that my character was confused and thinks that he either murdered the Duke of Peaches or something.
Yep.
And
Prince Peach, yeah.
every time Mog mentioned it, nobody was inclined to disabuse him of this notion. So I think it's appropriate that now be a bond. That I don't understand who this guy is and why he murdered a guy who seemed like he was perfectly decent. Why did he do that? And what happened? I don't know. Is there a better way to phrase that?
Find
It could be about getting to the bottom of it, I guess.
find out the fate of.
Why did this in quotes smirking Elman murder the Prince of Peaches?
Right.
I want to keep this going. I'm never gonna clear it up.
You're never getting XP for that, buddy.
You can. It could resolve in a different way.
Should I throw in a little bit of my barbarian backstory for my outsider passive now, or?
Yeah, let me ask you something. It's a question I have about. Well, okay, Mog. Thinking about murder most foul. Have you ever killed anybody before?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, probably. We've probably had some skirmishes, but nothing. I probably wouldn't know if they died. It would probably be like I've been in wars and with other barbarian tribes, because in the Bloodfang Badlands, Bloodfang Badlands, there's other barbarian tribes, so we've probably had skirmishes. But if they died, it would probably be from their injuries or infection, rather than actual death in melee combat, because we're probably not fighting to kill in those skirmishes. It's more of like a show of battle. Is that consistent with the other Bloodfang Badlands, or are there just murderous gangs of people who just want to make other barbarians extinct? If there are, then we probably have killed them.
No, I think that sounds good. Yeah. So you've been in fights.
I've probably seen people die, but not necessarily it's not as common in melee combat. I mean, generally, when people are warring over territory with melee weapons, my understanding is usually people retreat and take their injured, but a lot of times they die of their injuries or infection later. Okay. Of course, that's in real life, not in fantasy.
No, that makes sense. Big clashing armies. You're not like dueling anyone. But in your tribe, is there cause that an individual could kill another? Not as like a constable or a police. Is there an offense that you could do to somebody, right? That they would say, I have the right to take your life and have a duel or whatever, and something like that. Does that exist?
I would say no. I would say probably nobody just kills anybody within the tribe. The worst punishment would probably be banishment. Like, you would be kicked out of the tribe and like marked as not being a member of the Twadoon anymore.
Okay. All right. Mark an XP.
Oh, sweet. How do I do that? Okay, I go to. Sorry, guys. So bad at me.
It's fine.
Okay, character sheets are in here.
Yeah, sorry.
No. I'm looking. Oh, thank you. Holy, I'm at 6 XP now.
There you go.
Good, grown up.
And we got that one. Well, Elman.
Yeah.
What's
So Elman, it's a shadiness extraordinaire, professional warlock and thief. Also Sir Peach and Sir Almond.
Yeah.
No hero of many, criminal to some.
Do you have a bond that you wrote with somebody last time? Are you there?
Are you there?
Hey, what's up?
Did you write a bond with another character last time?
Oh. Yeah. I wrote a bond with Ravelt and Bedlick. Both of them.
And what were those bonds?
The one with Ravelt is I'm going to convince him of my good intentions, whatever that means.
Okay. There's scare quotes all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm going to use Bedlick to cover for myself.
Yeah.
And my crimes.
Do you have an additional bond to write with anybody at this time?
Yeah, I think there's one with Ravelt I have to make. I kind of feel guilty he's in here with me in the cell. But I got him here. I should probably get him out too, because otherwise Boris is gonna kill me.
Okay. And what is your adventure goal?
I am supposed to show the Thieves Guild I'm the Master Thief.
Okay.
But there's no Thieves Guild, so...
Well, I don't think you've lost it. I think these guys were the Thieves Guild you thought, right? So, you still have a chance to show them how masterful a thief you are.
Okay.
But Betlick, Scriden, Light of the March's last hope of all mankind.
And also Johannes, apparently. See that demon. Demon thinks I'm Johannes.
Yeah. Man's man.
You all know who I am, and if you haven't heard of me, you're a fool.
What did you write a bond with any of these people?
I did. I will get Elmond pardoned temporarily.
Pardoned temporarily?
I don't care what happens afterward, just so you know how.
I got you.
Can I write a new one? Can I write?
Absolutely. Do you have a new one to write with somebody? You could write two. I don't know how many bonds you have now.
Okay, so the two that are in the cage, one for Rival. Oh, it looks like our Mr. Rival has gotten himself in trouble. What a damsel in distress. I will relieve him of his troubles.
Okay.
Will you also steal my heart, though?
No.
Damn.
No little Rebels. Mog. I will convince this dwarf that I will convince this dwarf of my to become a follower of the light.
Convince him of your divinity.
Okay.
Wait, are you like one of those guys, the siren?
No, he's just a fucking idiot.
It's not untrue.
It's not untrue. His followers are called the Luddites, so if that helps you out.
They hate technology?
No, they just follow Portman Ludd, and then I stole them from Portman Ludd, and then I convinced Portman Ludd to also follow me.
It's a long, terrible story.
It's a complex story.
It reminds me of how in all the Final Fantasy games I played, they had like things that were real things, but totally like Geneva Convention
Right.
was a gathering of these supernatural forces that were ancient eldritch beings, and I'm like, oh, and then I got older, I'm like, that's not what the Geneva Convention was at all.
Same thing.
And Scriden, what is your adventure goal?
My adventure goal is, I don't know, enhance my ability to manipulate others. Not hard. I mean, I'm already good at it.
I mean, then it would already. Never mind. Yeah. So we covered some things. We found out about a group of shady figures running through the streets, assumed to be some sort of a thieves guild or something like that. Velsend is overrun with criminal activity, constantly being shuffled out due to the diminishing of his forces. at the hands, well, at many hands, actually, but we had Ravolt on the case to uncover things. Elman masquerading as a Sir Almond, as a noble in disguise. His disguise was quickly revealed by himself because he doesn't care about what other people think. And we followed him into the sewers as we chased after both he and these shadowy figures. One way or another, these shadowy figures outwitted or outmaneuvered the entire party. 3/4 of you are caught within a sort of sewer pipe cage trap. And the last one, Betlick Scriden, has happened upon the scene. The shadowy figures are all over the place. There's one who's visible, but the others are certainly hiding in the darkness around you. And the last thing that they spoke, this shadowy figure. Let's remind ourselves a little bit about them. They have sort of purplish skin. They're about human sized. You haven't seen any like elf ears, so they're probably not, deep elves or whatever. They're something else. But their eyes do glow with a sort of pearlescent luminescence. They apparently have pistols, swords, and daggers. Yeah, they appear armed, and they're quite wily.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I think Elman met these people before.
I know who they are. Well,
Elman has met
their
them.
race.
And we do have a name for them. Mog does, anyway. He discovered them. He discovered that their name was in his in the writings of his ancestors. Right, he had heard of their name before. He noticed a coin with their writing on it, and they were called in his language the Deep Ones.
Yeah, they hang out at poetry coffee shops and
We're about to have a slam poetry adventure. Get ready.
I'm prepared.
I assume so. I wrote nothing but verse.
So, the last thing, this cloaked figure standing there, Scriden faces Scriden. He looks at you all in the cage, and he says, "Things are not as they seem. We need your help."
Who all's in the cage? Everybody but Elman?
Everybody but
Everyone
Scriden.
Oh, Scriden.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, help is the magic word. And kind of like look around the cage and stuff, and just if help is what you sought, you didn't have to put me in a cage. I'm getting mixed messages here. Perhaps you could explain a little.
He says, "There's trouble below the mines. The Skinner. I believe that's what it's called. Our people are being assaulted, taken, twisted into monsters."
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I want to approach him. Right? I have a purple gem, which is like one of their keys or something to their city.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. I want to take it out of my pocket and show him, as I tell him, like, I'm a friend of your people, and we're here to help.
Okay. Let's roll plus charisma. Let's see how noteworthy your meeting with them the first time was.
I'm a superstar.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you see recognition as you hold up the gem, and he says, "We remember. You opened the door."
Yes.
When you came to us the first time, you spoke of the Duke. I remember you spoke of him being a danger.
I did, but I don't. After some further acquaintance, I don't think he's that much of a danger anymore. Well, not as much as the Skinner, anyways. It's
Okay, so he says, well, you are friendly with the Duke, then.
I look at Revolt, I look at him, and
Sort of.
I wouldn't say friendly, but we know each other. And let's leave it at that.
His face definitely falls when you say that. And he says, we must meet with the Duke. We don't know if he would still be hostile to us. We need help.
Yeah. Well, if you're not the thieves that he is seeking, I'm sure he would meet with you. I could arrange some sort of. I could arrange something, I'm sure. I'm not good friends with him, but I think he trusts me. This Skinner, though, is he alone, or did he come alone, or is there a? Well, there's a particular man.
He's not alone anymore, right? Because he's been turning people into monsters.
You're right. That was probably not alone anymore, but
Good
when he
observation,
arrived
right?
originally.
Yeah, he says, no. He has a horde. An army. Nightmarish, undead creatures. He twists those he finds. He has powers at his disposal. Magical elements. He can freeze the blood in your veins. Says, and he kind of looks away, as if it's like terrible to even recall. And he says, and then there are the wolves.
The wolves?
Yes. What about these wolves?
Part man, part beast. They are frozen. They are deadly.
Frozen. Like, confused by that. Yeah, just sort of like pondering. I was expecting fire.
Damn it.
Next time. Next time I'll get him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Justin, have I ever heard of the Skinner before? I read some fucked up books.
I've read some fucked up books.
The guy sounds familiar.
I read the fantasy anarchist cookbook.
Yes. Twice.
Twice.
You know we're looking for the Skinner, right? Like that was the
Yeah.
dude that told us that.
You've heard that much, but tell me what about the Skinner exactly do you do you think you've heard of?
Well, what I think I heard of?
Yeah. You could say something general, like, where did he come from? What's his favorite
I think
food?
all I know is he's similar to me in a way, that he dealt with powers beyond us,
Okay.
and that's how he got his power.
Spout lore. Spout lore, Elman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He knew exactly what he was tangling with.
He's a demon.
The Skinner takes up to the tanner and they make leather.
Yeah, he's just an ordinary Skinner.
He's just a normal dude doing incredible things.
Let's see. So you know what you know. You're trying to think about this thing you heard one time, but nothing is totally clear. But what happens is he tells you something. He says that okay. He tells you, I don't know where he's come from or the nature of his power, but he has assaulted our city. Deep beneath the mountains, the walls lie in waste. Soldiers dead by the dozens, and when they die, they rise again. We are pushed back. He is gathering souls for some dark purpose.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So he says, you must get my men and I to meet with the Duke. He must listen to reason.
Yeah, of course. If that does sound beyond dire, free me from this cage, and I'll be there in but moments.
So he's looking around now, back and forth. He looks at you, Scryton.
God. You will be our savior. We trust you, Scryton.
You are the light.
And, yeah, he says, you have powers beyond mortal means.
I've been told that once or twice. It is true. But like Scryden, pleased to meet you.
Yeah. He says, can they be trusted? And he kind of nods his head at those in the cage.
I probably think about it for a little bit. I look at them, right? Stare at the paladin and the little dwarf.
Okay.
And then Elman. Well,
yeah. If you're gonna lie, well, you just keep going. You just keep going. Yeah. You look at them, you give them a once over, you consider how to put it. Go ahead.
my brow furrows, right? And I'm like, the cogs are working, right? And I turn back and I smile. Yes, all of them can. Very easily, actually. I would trust them with my life. and the lives of my compatriots.
There's the lie.
So they have trust in you for
For some reason.
a different reason. Go ahead and... Well, you came here alone. Like, you agreed to that stuff, and you were drawn here by something other
Oh yeah, that's
than
right.
the rest of them. So go ahead and parlay. Let's have you parlay.
Oh yeah, come on.
I forgot they're connected to the Black Annis.
Wish my dudes were here. It is I, Johannes. Oh, whatever.
Okay. So he senses something is not quite right. And something else. Yeah. He says, but there appeared to be a disagreement between you. You seem wary about something.
Well, yes.
And he says, it's Elman.
Well, he's always been the mischievous sort. He's found himself in a bit of a pickle, and we are trying to consolidate our wishes and get him out of his situation.
He is wanted by the law.
Yes.
So he turns back to you all, and I think he looks at you, Elman. The Duke wants your arrest. Or his men do. Is that right?
Yes, many people do. I take pride in my work.
So he looks at you, Revolt, and what is your part in this? You are just a car?
In a way, yes, I'm supposed to bring him in. I kind of look at Elman. I know he's not a bad guy. I've seen him save many lives. I'm sure I could try to argue for some leniency, but the law is the law.
Yeah. He says, you would be welcomed if you were to bring him back. In chains.
You would also be dead.
He just holds his hands up at you, Elman, and he says, just give me a moment. Isn't that true?
Yes, if I could somehow... This man can turn into a pack of rats, though. I don't know how I would chain him.
And, so now he looks back at you, Elman, and he says, but you won't do that. You will allow us.
Convince me.
He says, you will allow us. And he taps himself on the chest when he says us. He says, you will allow us to turn you in. That should get us in the meeting with the Duke. He would be gracious. You showed us a kindness once. You warned us of trouble. And you were not violent. We have power and riches. We will see you forgiven. We will see you absolved. The Duke will have to accept it. He must see reason.
Yeah, and I extend my hands forward. Let's get this over with.
Slap the manacles on. Bam!
Okay. So, yeah, he comes over and he unlocks the gate, right? And he lifts it up, and he takes you out, Elman. And he says, I will take your weapons, but I will have them on me. They will be returned. Everything must be believable, you understand?
I understand. And I look at his pistol.
Yeah.
I expect one of those after I'm done.
Yeah, sure, he nods.
Sure, we got 100 of these things.
Yeah.
And he like grasps your hands, right? And you feel him press something into your palm. And he says, if you're in need, it's a gesture. But we find it's a tradition in the deep. We flip a coin for luck. And he kind of like shakes your hands. And when he lets go, there's a coin in your palm.
Yeah, I nod. And before he takes everything away, I put the Duke's ring in my mouth. I hide it there.
Sure, yeah.
It's a safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
So, yeah, I mean, he takes your weapons and stuff off. I don't know, what's obviously a weapon on your person?
A rapier, I think. No, I have a lot of hidden things.
Well, I mean, he's searching you over, so...
Yeah, I'm giving him everything.
Yeah, all of your, like, hand weapons, or slings or whatever you have, probably your needles.
Yeah. The cards, I guess.
Yeah, those pretty much look like weapons, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's not going to take your money or anything. He doesn't care about that.
I mean, he doesn't take the Duke is, so...
Yeah. Yeah, he just wants you to have... He just wants you to look like, see, we took all his weapons. This isn't an ambush or anything.
Yeah. I have a hidden dagger that looks like a bracelet. Is he taking it?
If you want to try and keep it hidden, you can roll dexterity. I don't know if he would let you keep it, but let's see if he even notices it, right?
No, I'll give it to him. I don't need it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, he takes that also. And he puts everything just in his cloak. Yeah. He says, very well. We should wait for nightfall. Our people have trouble moving around under the sun.
Can you take the manacles off? It's gonna be a long time till nightfall.
He says,
No.
I hate you. So much.
Okay, so I mean, it's some time passes. It takes a few hours. Like, this was kind of early in the day that you all started chasing him, and you all spent some time running around and getting lost in sewers and stuff. Yeah, so they wait till, I mean, evening, right? The sun has started to go down. If you guys have anything you want to do in the interim.
Are we basically making camp?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Cool.
Get that
Is,
luck charge. Boom.
Give me my luck back.
My sword is outside. They're not taking my sword, right?
Oh no, they give you guys all your stuff back.
All right. Cool. I would like to eat. So we mark a ration.
You don't have to eat rations. No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, unless you want to. Unless Mog is just peckish.
Nah.
The sewer.
The sewer fumes. It really gets me on.
So, we're left alone for a while. Is that what's going on?
I think he takes you to a place nearby where there's like a little camp. You don't see any of the others still. It's just this one guy who's moving around. But yeah, there's like places to sit and stuff like that.
So I think Mog is going to ask Ravel, so Smirking Elman is wanted for the death of Sir Peach already? Has he been reported? What is his punishment for that?
I mean, I don't think he murdered Sir Peach. I don't know what happened to Sir Peach. There was no blood on him when we found him.
Am I listening to this?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Stay silent, anyways.
Okay. I thought you were about to confess.
Yeah. And I don't.
No, I just smile, just smirk,
Yeah.
and stay silent.
Elman, whatever crimes he's wanted for, I don't think he would just murder someone. I've watched him save dozens of innocents, children included. He doesn't seem like a murderer.
Does that mean Sir Peach it may have come down here afterwards? He's very confused about where Sir Peach is and concerned a little bit.
I don't know where Sir Peach went. It is possible that he came down here, and if so, we'll hear him fall eventually, I'm sure, as we all did. But
True.
But perhaps not. Perhaps he's waiting for us back at the keep. I don't think a man of his stature would be caught dead in a sewer.
PMA, Ravel. PMA.
I do have something though for this deep one.
Sure.
As we're waiting, just what is this guy's name? I always forget the Duke's name or whatever.
Duke Conbald.
Conbald. Yeah. He says, I do hope that the Duke will lend you his aid. He seems short on men as of late. He's hired a mercenary band and put out calls for brave individuals. I don't know what he has in the way of an formal army, but so anything that would help reassure him would be welcomed. How many are you?
Ooh. I mean, he seems cagey about that, right?
Right. And okay, if he starts like I don't need, if accurate numbers are too much, just to, I don't know, just do you have an army? I guess that's also a pretty direct question.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't a parlay because he's not going to tell you. Okay. That's like state secrets or whatever, right?
Sure.
But let's have you defy danger. Let's have you discern realities. Actually.
Oh, my favorite stat. Okay, he lights me on fire when I fail, please. Okay. He breathes fire all over me. 4.
Oh my god.
Well, hold on.
Fire in the sewer.
I am an idiot. I could maybe re-roll this.
Okay. I just want to let you know, if you spend this now, this spent luck is going to carry over into the next part. I'm not trying to like deter you from doing it, but I want to.
No, I'm aware. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I might as well spend it. I think. Yeah. So, how would I look like an idiot though?
Well, first re-roll it, because you might fail again.
Well, no. Give me the fiction first. How do you stumble through this?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, I'm already stumbling over where it's like, oh, like, how many are you? Oh, sorry, do you have an army? Oh, that's maybe not, are you capable of Like, it's a lot of social fumbling, maybe.
Yeah, he actually looks kind of insulted. He starts to look insulted, like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Hey,
Yep.
did you roll a cha instead of whiz?
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, no, I did roll.
it was-
I did roll the wrong one. It's even worse then.
It's even
Yeah, it was even worse.
Oh well.
Okie dokie. What's gonna happen here?
He turns into a dragon. And he breathes fire all over.
Really need that.
Okay, here's what he tells you. He says, stop. We have enough people that the Duke will see reason.
Okay. Okay, I will. I kind of put my hands up. I apologize if I've perhaps dug a little too deep. Can I get your name at the very least?
Yes. Cool. I have names. I had to dig up a bunch of names for these guys. I'm very happy about it. But now I can't find it. Made a list of names. Don't remember where the list of names is. Life's hard.
It's hidden like they're people. No, you can know my name.
Go away! What could I have possibly done with those names? Where could they possibly be? Well, getting over it. His name is
Angro. Tony Deep.
Tony Deepwood.
And your relationship is purely by accident.
Tony Deep. No, his name is Hagor.
Hagor. How do you spell that? H-A-G-O-R? Or another? I feel like I'm
Yeah, that
missing a
sounds
vowel.
good. That sounds good.
Okay. Hagor. The deep person.
I mean, he kind of takes a stance with you when you ask his name, right? Like he says, he even like spreads his cloak a little bit apart, showing his like pistols and his sword and stuff. It's almost unintentional, right? He sort of squares up and he says, "I am Hagor, Capra of the Ingobotrani."
Oh, those are words. Hagor, Capra of the what?
Ingobotrani.
Ingobotrani. Okay, I like that. I can't spell it. Okay. All right. Yeah, just kind of, Ingobotrani. Have I ever heard the term Ingobotrani before?
Spout lore.
I will. This is what I'm
Do you
good
have
at.
books?
You're built for intelligence.
I don't have books. All my books are up here. Built for intelligence. 7.
Yeah.
I start all the equations and all the weird pictures start sliding by in my mind as I remember all the horrible legal books I had to read, but then also the history books.
Yeah, you've read a thing or two that mentioned something like that. Not Ingobotrani, but Ingobotra.
Ingobotra. Okay.
And it was actually in a dwarven language, oddly enough. Oh, and you were reminded of this is where you got it from. Like Mog was saying something about that, right? He mumbled some word which was sort of a derivation of Ingabotrani, but it was the dwarven word, right? And that was the dwarven word for deep one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair dues. It's Yeah. So I think like. Okay. So. Gibotroni. I guess it's like their language then. All right. So I just sort of nod. It's a pleasure to meet you, Agor, and I present my hand. You know.
Yeah, sure. He gives you a shake.
Cool. Yeah. Well, he won't tell me anything about his people. He seems very proud of his name. I don't know. I guess there's. I don't really know if there's anything else I should ask him.
Okay.
He doesn't sound like he travels with a man made of fire or anything. So.
Okay.
The whatever his name is, Sinestro. So.
He's yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a break.
Cool.
And we will carry on and deliver Elmond to the hands of the Duke.
Cool. It'll be fine.
You're gonna have a bad time, Duke. Just saying.
Well, I mean, that's your ace in the hole, right? If everything goes wrong, you can just eat everyone's blood and turn into rats. So.
Oh, I have a better plan. Watch me.